naked.
You know, for the cheeks, go ahead and pop.
Strip search just pissed me the off. Like, that's so uncomfortable. I'm gonna curse my father out when I get over there. Last night was my first night sleeping in a cell, and it was the hardest night of my life. This is the very first time I've spent the night away from my kids, and that was hell. I'm with them every day. I really hope my father appreciates what I'm doing for him. And I'm just hoping that this is his last time coming back to jail.
Jules, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
My name's Pat Devine. I'm a unit manager over at the main institution where your father, Eddy's at. I'm gonna answer any questions you might have, you know, what he's been doing since he's been here, for when you meet with him later on.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Today, I am gonna see my dad for the first time in almost a year. I don't know what I'm gonna learn, so I hope that it's more or less good stuff instead of bad stuff.
You know, you've been dealing with his incarcerations for a long time.
Yeah.
He's been away from you for a lot longer.
He missed out so much of my life.
He's been coming to us since '93.
Yeah.
Since you were 2?
And that's not even counting the state
Correct.
bids that he's did.
Yep, it does look like he had some breaks in time for a good period of time for like 9 years, where I'm assuming he may have gotten a state bid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
He's done like 4 state bids, I believe.
They all revolve around drugs.
Yeah, all of them. My father's fed me lies my whole life.
Right.
And you know, I've heard all this, that I'm gonna do good, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And when he came home, he went right back to the same. When he comes out of jail, he has a pattern of always end up going to a rehab locally. I want him to break that cycle. When my dad gets released, he is, you know, gonna go to a rehab locally. And I just feel he would be better off going to a rehab that's not close to home, that's not close to everyone that he knows, because that could cause him to relapse.
Do you have any questions now before you go over there?
Well, as far as staying out of trouble, as far as, you know, doing what he has to do to get out, how was he doing?
About a month ago, he did get into a fight. Looked like an argument at breakfast. Him and the meal handler got into an argument over something.
I can't believe I'm hearing that, you know, my father got into a fight. When my father is incarcerated, I do tend to just not answer his phone calls. So it's all new to me. Never heard it before. My father's getting too old for this, like, to be fighting and all that. And
I agree.
it hurt a little bit, you know, and it's kind of bothered me. Like, I'm doing this for my dad, but I don't want to be here. I'm doing it for him.
We're gonna bring you down to intake.
Okay.
Okay? You scan her out to intake.
I am a little nervous to go into the men's jail to see my father. It is gonna be uncomfortable seeing a bunch of strange men just staring at me. You don't know what those men are in there for. There could be pedophiles, there could be rapists. You never know. I had to get butt naked again.
And when you come back to lean forward, spread cough.
It pisses me off because I have to get butt naked in front of strangers to try to get through to my father, and that's not something that I should have to do. The strip search just pissed me the off. I didn't know it was every time I leave and come back. Like, that's so uncomfortable. And this right here, being in this paddy wagon, and it's just this. I'm gonna curse my father out when I get over there.
have butterflies. This is my last chance with my daughter. And that's not something that I want to gamble with. I can't afford to do that.
So I don't know what to expect today. It's crazy the sacrifices I make for my father, but what sacrifices has he made for me? This is my father's last chance to make things right so he can be in my daughter's life and my life as well. He just has to get his together to be the father that he needs to be.
There's it.
Dad.
It's okay. How was your night?
It was hell, and I missed my babies, so. It's the hardest part, is being away from them. They're beautiful, and I want them to know who Pop is, you know? But I don't want it to be you coming in and out of my daughter's life. That's not happening. I can't allow that.
Jules and Eddy,
Hey, what's up?
how are you, OG? How you doing?
Good.
I see already tears in your eyes. It's been a while since you've been with your dad.
You know, I'm emotional.
It's my baby.
I know. I know. I think it's important for us to acknowledge the pain of Jules not having her father in her life, how it's affected you in so many ways. Tell your dad about that.
That destroyed me. I remember going to school one day and I couldn't make it to class because I just cried for you. And my teacher found me in the cubby just crying. And all I said was, I want my dad. You know, so it was just hard. Growing up, I was hurt, very full of anger, very like, why was I never good enough for you to get your life together?
There hasn't been 1 minute that I haven't been sorry about all this. I can't continue doing this to you, Jules, and I'm not.
I can't take your word for anything anymore. You continued to make the same mistakes. You went back to drugs, you went back to the bull, you went back to jail. Enough is enough, I'm done. The cuffs, the shackles, everything I went through, like being strip searched, you know how comfortable I felt? What does it have to give for you to just stay clean and just live a good life and do good?
Well, Jules, like, I'm not trying to, you know, I always looked for you when I came home.
I know.
Always, you know, man, you seen your mom would call the cops on me and everything. When my mom lived.
And here's what's important. You've done time, but your daughter has done time too.
Oh, I know that.
She's a grown woman, and you're still doing the same thing.
I'm embarrassed and ashamed. Do you remember the day I went to your house when I got out of my car and a bag of dope fell on the floor, the orange cap from
The orange cap.
Wasn't a second thought, you know, like have needles in my car. So I think about that, how out of whack my life was, that I got to the point I started smoking crack, Jules.
Get the out of here. I didn't know that.
I know, I kept that away from you, you know?
That breaks my heart, because that's not what I want for you. Who knows if I get that phone call that my father overdosed and didn't wake back up. That's my biggest fear. My biggest fear. You have no idea.
Everything is different this time, Jules. Like, I'm tired.
And you're tired of it too.
I am. I don't want this for us, you know? I want us to have a good relationship. I want you to be in my daughter's life. They're so perfect.
Oh, beautiful.
I really hope that me going through this for you and for us, I really hope it helps, Dad. I hope you change your ways.